Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Dead Garden Tarot. My name is Amanda, for those of you who are new or don't know me. And we are doing a reading on the energy of, what is it, keeping your nose to the grindstone. It's not something I normally say, but for some reason it came up today. So I'm feeling that a lot of you are doing some hard work, whether it's really working hard at your job, your hobbies, yourself, spiritually, whatever it is. I really feel like a lot of you are doing the work and you are asking yourself questions and you're doing the healing and you're getting it done. Whether you're struggling or making mistakes along the way, it's getting done, right? Progress. I love it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think the energy has shifted and there's a lot of hard work going on. A lot of people getting things done, working towards something. And there has been an energy also of desire, but we're going to focus on the hard work and see what the collective has been up to, okay? So I'm going to use the Art Nouveau Tarot, and we're going to see what Spirit has to say about all the hard work you guys have been doing, all the healing. Okay, Ace of Wands, right out of the gate. Beautiful, full of life, full of fire. I heard taking no shit from no one. Interesting. Okay. I'm also feeling from the card that when you are standing in your power and you are taking no shit from no one, that's when you shine, right? Your authenticity shines the brightest. The Tower just toppled out. I heard burn everything and leave it behind. So I feel like you're more than halfway through, if not at the tail end of some sort of tower moment, some sort of change in cycle. Doesn't have to be devastating. I feel like it's just what you're going through in your life right now. You're getting through it, right? You're keeping that hard work. The nose to the grindstone. Such an old-timey saying. I don't know why I heard kick the bucket. That's dying. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe it's death of the old self, right? And you're going through a rebirth. Yeah, that's the Lovers, right? The Lovers is coming out. That's interesting. So maybe there's a change in some sort of relationship. I heard dating. Maybe you're not dating the way that you would normally date. Maybe you've decided to stop, like, dating, like, yeah. What are they called? Why can't I think of words? Like the dating apps. You're not doing that, that new age dating. Maybe you are being more social and you're doing it the old school way. Being at the right time, at the right place, through a friend, that sort of thing. I'm getting like a really gross taste in my mouth. And almost like, oh my God. Almost like I want to upchuck, which is interesting because for whatever reason, the last month or two, there's been a lot of throwing up in my mouth. I'm not talking about heartburn. Throwing up in my mouth. So I feel like past relationships, past dating, or the act of doing these dating apps has left a really disgust like in your mouth and in your body, and you're trying to remove whatever kind of energy that it was attaching to you, or whatever kind of energy was being poured into you by others or being taken from you. I feel like maybe some of you have met some seriously unsavory people that has given you maybe a different outlook on just how bad things can get, on just how awful people can truly be. That's interesting. I didn't hear that first word. It was something to the fire. Like how in the picture, the angel up here is like with the fire. Like you're throwing lust to the fire. Like you are more trying to be more heart-centered and more communicative in your authenticity. I really feel like that has to do with your self-love. The authenticity of like yourself, like loving yourself. Okay, what else can you tell me? Okay, that was weird. Empress is coming out. Yeah, this really clarifies the fact that you're standing in your power, you know your worth. And if you're a male watching Emperor, right? Flip it. I heard you're not putting up with the bullshit. Is this the Two of Cups or is this Temperance? Sometimes I can't tell with these cards. Was that 14? Sorry, just give me 1 second. Pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah, it's Temperance. I was correct. Temperance, you're balancing. You're pouring into your own cup. You're loving yourself. You're meeting your own needs. Yeah. That's beautiful. I really like that. So from the card I'm getting, like, the meeting your own needs, where like you have the sun in the background, right? You have the flowers that are blooming. You have this beautiful like pool of water in front of you. She has like all these beautiful colors in her wings. It just gives me that she's balancing the nature within her, and she's using nature's resources for her benefit. That's beautiful. That's nice, right? A true Empress. Okay, what else can you tell me? I heard beautiful, feminine, divine. So these toppled out. What do we have? The Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this clarifies to me that you're not taking shit from anyone, that you do have your sword up. I heard don't step to me, as in, like, watch what you say. So not that you're not easygoing, because you have your your Ace of Wands here. You have your Empress, your love, you're loving yourself. It's just not even a wall, just you're on guard. You're sure of yourself. You're secure, right? I love that. Star is coming out with that as well. Exactly. That's what I was saying. You are sure of yourself. You're standing in your power. You're doing the work. You're shining and you're glowing. But you're doing it in a way that is... Oh, wow. And then the Queen of Wands is coming out. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow. Heavy... Yeah, I just said divine feminine. Beautiful divine feminine. Whoever this is for, you are... I don't want to say you're on top of your game because I don't feel like you're in that right now because of the Tower and the Lovers, but... Yeah, God Almighty, you're growing and you're blossoming, and yeah, I heard you can't be stopped. Wow. All right, what do we have for the Ace of Wands? I hear it in my head, and then for some reason it doesn't sound right when I don't know. Maybe there's not a misalignment, but maybe there's like some sort of disconnect between your mind and your throat chakra. Because you're so grounded, it seems. I mean, I'm wondering if a pentacle, like none of the pentacles have come out. This is all like just strong feminine power, but in a soft way, which is where, you know, feminines get their power, from their softness. I'm not getting any hardness here. I'm just getting like you're shielded really well. Like you have good armor, tough skin. A Nine of Cups. Yeah, but you're protecting your emotions. You're protecting what's yours. So I don't know why that's so funny, but okay, so like this guy's got his hands crossed, right? Like you're not gonna pass, and you're not gonna get through to me, and you know, unless you answer these questions 3. And then it made me think of the Billy Goat's Gruff. And the troll under the bridge, and who's that trip trapping on my bridge? It is I, the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. Oh my goodness. Maybe you're dealing with some fucking trolls. You know, online trolls, or just, you know, because of this not putting up with anyone's bullshit. Maybe you're getting hit on by some fucking trolls. You know, they better watch what they say. All right. What can I get for... This is kind of fun. I wasn't expecting that. What can I get for the Tower for the collective, please? No? What can I get for the Tower? What is this change, this challenge that the collective is going through right now? These beautiful, strong, divine feminines that are doing the work, that are loving themselves. Yeah. 10 of Wands. You're carrying everything on your own right now. You know, that's the challenge. It may not be the change I'm seeing, but I think the change is within you, and with how you treat yourself and how you maneuver your life, and the self-love. But I feel like you're carrying everything right now, which is one of the reasons why you're trying to protect everything. I heard hard at work. Yeah. This is death, 13. Yeah, you're going through a death and a rebirth. I did say that. That's beautiful. What does that even mean? What does stepping into your fondness mean? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. You're fond of people. The fondness for people to have of you? Or what does that mean, Spirit? Stepping into your fondness. What the fuck does that mean? Your funness? No. Stepping into your fondness. I love it when we have different stuff. 5 of Pentacles. So this change and this challenge, you carrying everything, you going through this death and this rebirth. And this death and this rebirth has, I heard past, everything to do with the fact that you've been carrying everything by yourself for a long time. You have been struggling. You have been scraping. Which again is interesting because we do not have any other pentacles on here. So yes, this could be like a struggle in finance, but this to me is giving the struggling and the challenge and the change of who you are as a person, what you want for yourself, who you are in spirit, what your heart and your soul want, your healing. This could be about mindsets, about healing your gut and your intuition. I feel like this is for someone who's been on this journey for a while and they're coming into that almost, that final stretch where you really have fully integrated yourself and you've learned to trust yourself and your intuition, and then things start to get better because you've been working so hard at it, even though it's not easy at all. So good for you. This is what, you know, after you get through this, this is where, like, you know, the really cool magic starts to happen. The universe starts like blessing you and really, you start really seeing it, like the fruits of your labor. There's a Knight of Swords coming in. So he is fast moving. It's coming up under the Lovers. I heard verbal match. I wonder if you have a Knight of Swords coming in that will be like a verbal communicator, like who's going to be a good communicator, and he's going to be like a verbal match for you. What else can you tell me about this Knight of Swords and under the Lovers, please? I heard past. It's not coming in reverse, though. What can you tell me about the Knight of Swords? Maybe you've gotten better at listening to what people say and what the meaning is underneath it. Spirit's not answering me. The 10 of Cups. That was unexpected. Nobody expected the 10 of Cups to come out, right? Nobody. That's insane. I heard over and done. So yeah, whatever kind of people you were interested or were interested in you, or you let by, or kind of associated yourself with, that's done. You're only focused on your ultimate fulfillment and your ultimate happiness and something that is extremely emotionally fulfilling for you and spiritually fulfilling for you. What can I get for the Empress, please? The Knight of Pentacles is coming out. So there's a Knight of Pentacles that's coming in under this Empress. There's someone that wants to make you an offer. There's a shyness to this person. I feel like this is a really confident, mature person, but I feel like there's a shyness about them. They have a shy heart. That's interesting. And they see you as the Empress. What can you tell me about the Temperance? The Eight of Cups. This came up in reverse. So this came up in reverse and I flipped it, but then I heard you're no longer walking away. I heard you found your footing. Whatever you have going on right now, whether it be job, friend group, hobby, like whatever you have going on in your life right now, whatever it is that you're focused on, I feel like where you are, you've found your footing. You're not running anymore. It's almost like you've found your place, you found your home, you found where you belong, you found your soul family, and you're no longer walking away. You're balancing, using your resources, community, and loving on yourself. I want to know more about this, but I want to get that into the clarifier. Okay, so what can you tell me about the Queen of Swords, the Star, and this Queen of Wands? What can you tell me? That's too many, and I heard too many. What can you tell me about the Queen of Swords, the Star, and the Queen of Wands? That's so weird. Why would you say that? Okay, I heard she's saying howdy hey. The fuck is... Maybe you country girls. Maybe you're being coy with some of the people that you are being social with. Howdy hey. That's so stupid. The Five of Swords is coming out. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so the Queen of Swords is coming out, right? And the Star. And you're being sharp, communicative, balanced with what you speak, what you don't speak. You're shining. Yeah, you're brightest at night. And then with her doing the howdy hey thing and this Five of Swords coming out, it's almost like this guy said something and then this guy walked away because it was like the conversation was done, like he won. So and this is like lighthearted. So this almost feels like you communicating and being social with the opposite sex because of all the knights, and all the top cards are women and the bottom cards are all men. So this to me tells the fact that, or tells the story of of you communicating with men. And again, put yourself where you belong, flip it, right? If you're a man watching. So you're definitely catching the eye of people. And see with the Five of Swords, how he has some of the swords laid down. He's leaning on one, and then he has a couple in his hand. I heard fair fighter. So you fight fair in communication? That's interesting. Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom, along with the Two of Pentacles. You're focused on your money. You're focused about keeping your nose to the grindstone. Yeah, that's good. All right. I want to know about, what are we at? I want to know about this Knight of Pentacles. So you definitely have knights interested in you. The Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles who's shy for this Empress. What can you tell me about this Knight of Pentacles that is shy for this Empress? What can you tell me? Ten of Wands is coming out. That's interesting. See how the Ten of Wands looks like the way that they're both holding up, like this one's holding up the world and this one's holding up the coin, right? I feel like you both have vision. I heard investing. I feel like this Knight of Pentacles wants to invest in this Empress. Naturally, because she's an Empress. Hello. But there's something about the world that she sees that he likes that. And what was this other card? The Four of Swords. You're laying something to rest. That was weird. I just heard night vision. What is... It almost feels like you understand the difference I don't know how this is going to sound, but you understand the difference between daytime and nighttime in the sense of masks or how people change even. The communication with men during the day is different with the communication of men at night. And you're laying to rest the night vision. Can I get another card for the night vision? What does that mean? I'm not sure what you're trying to get at. The Four of Pentacles. You're protecting what's yours. And with the Pentacles on the underlying, with the Art Nouveau deck, so you're not, when you're out at night, you're not spending, you're understanding like your end game, your long goals. The long game. You're not getting involved in the nighttime play, if you will. Like you're not getting sucked into that because you're standing in your power and you understand. Queen of Swords is coming out again. Yeah, you're protecting what's yours. You're protecting yourself. But you're doing it in a sly, charismatic, like fiery way.
right? And it's allowing you to shine. Okay. So the shy guy wants to invest in you. That's good. See something special in you, obviously, because you're the Empress. What can you tell me about the not walking away? The Seven of Cups? The Seven of Cups, you have choices. I feel like this guy is going to give you choices. And you will have choices because you are the Empress. What can you tell me about the not walking away with the Temperance, please? Has the collective, like, they found their footing? They found their people, maybe? What can you tell me about that? Yeah. The Five of Wands. Possibly a sisterhood. Maybe you found some friends. Maybe you found some people that you, I heard conjure up, but there's a cauldron there. So, yeah, soul family. Maybe you manifested this. Maybe you manifested these people into your life. This balance. Ace of Swords. A lot of swords coming up. Swords are air. We're in Gemini season, right? So there's a lot of airy energy. I think that's where all that desire energy is coming up as well. Geminis are very physical in that way. The King of Swords is showing himself. So we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming out. Yeah, you're no longer walking away. You're communicating. You're communicating with the people around you. You're communicating with the females around you. I heard you're communicating your desires and your wants a little bit more freely. Again, with like holding the sword up, you know? I have the power, masters of the universe. Oh, so want to see that. Put a sword and a heart emoji in the comment section if you're into He-Man and She-Ra. For all this sword energy. So nice. Okay, what can you tell me about the Five of Swords when it comes to the Queen of Swords, the Star, and all these other nice things? Three of Wands. Yeah, I heard patience with your endeavors, but I'm almost getting like, not that you're trying something new, but you're being, you're being creative with your new opportunities. You're being playful with the energy that's coming in for you. So even though you have all these swords, your nose is to the grindstone, you're being challenged. There's a lot of change going on right now. You are still keeping balance with your temperance, your star, all this fire energy. You're still allowing yourself to be creative in some way, whether, you know, doesn't matter how big or small, you're still allowing yourself to do that, and you're still giving yourself time to play in small ways when you can. It almost feels like you're not you're not doing a lot of that. It feels like you're playing more inside of your heart, inside of your chest. Not really sure what that means. What is the collective playing with inside of their heart? The Queen of Cups. I think that you are trying to get into your emotions. You're trying to understand your emotions and your desire. And you're trying to keep your focus on this end goal, which is this 10 of Cups, right? This Empress, this star, this Queen energy, this Empress energy. You're trying to have a full cup, to be in emotional maturity. To be abundant, to create life, right? In whatever way you want, however you see your paradise. All the things that are going on in the picture, right? That's beautiful. Strength is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like you've never been stronger before. I'm feeling, yeah, super strong energy. And that's clear with what's on the board. Amazing. Wow. Collective. You did it. Yeah, and again, if this is for a man watching, just flip that, right? And it could also be that, you know, we all have the masculine, feminine energies within us. So maybe as a man, you're solid, but you needed to heal your feminine aspects. And now you're grounded in that too, as well, right? That was a really beautiful reading. I liked it. So yeah, take it as Spirit is telling you all your hard work is paying off. They're proud of you. You are protected and guided and supported and loved. And people are noticing. And you will have, it seems, you know, your dreams come true. You just got to keep going. But you're doing great. If this resonated with you or you just enjoyed the reading, give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, join the garden where we like to play and cultivate and heal and plant the seeds for our dreams, for the life that we want, the way that we want it. Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the weather, and yeah, just remember to give yourself some grace and be kind to yourself with all the change and the challenge that you're going through. And yeah, we'll get into something a little bit spicier later. But I just wanted to say that the energy has been really strong, and if it means anything to you, like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself for the work that I've done. And there's plenty of people out there that don't have anyone telling them that they're doing a good job and a pat on the back. So just know that this is a sign that you're doing great, and to keep going and to keep persevering, and you are shining. So until next time, I hope everyone has a great day. Peace. God bless.